Let's take a look at the chart action for Dogecoin. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at. I kind of want to go over a few different things on this chart or this video and talk about how we got to where this chart looks like this pretty much, or for the most part anyways. Okay, so in the shorter time frame, we're on the 1 hour time frame right now, and we had an uptrend like this. We're watching the bottoms of this trend line right here, and we had a trend line going up. This broke to the downside, and then we set up the Fibonacci retracement tool from the bottom to the top of that trend. We got the 38% level and the 50% level, and I think this is one of the things that I kind of wanted to talk about. Is we set up the chart, and then it bounced in between these levels. We came down, bounced on the 38, hit the red line at 23%, bounced right here. We actually hit it again, came down, got it again. So we could have bought this, sold this, bought this, sold this, bought this. Potentially right here too. It didn't come up right there, but if you're watching it like on the 5 hour time frame and you're watching these, I mean not the 5 hour, the 5 minute or the 1 minute time frame, you could like kind of zoom in and really watch it. Then you could be watching the trends just like we're doing on the 1 hour and daily and all this other stuff, or the longer time frames. So basically, you could see right here how the Fibonacci retracement tool is kind of working out. Then we went to the next one, bounced on it. If you could have bought right here, sold right here, came back, bought again, bought this one. I wasn't watching this one. I was just watching the 50% and the 38%. But the 61% really came in handy. This one came down. If you would have got an order right here, came back up all the way to the red line, a little bit above the red line. In my last video, I was targeting this red line was my target because it was the red line plus it was the top of that falling wedge pattern that we were looking at. And then okay, so we were watching this trend. We had the bottoms right here. We had a trend line. We're on the 1 hour time frame again, and so we broke that one going to the downside. That was also a signal that we might be coming back. Take profits, buy back the limit orders at these levels. So then boom, came back, hit those limit orders again, came up, tested that one, could have sold right here, came back, bought it again. If I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't paying attention to this one, I don't think I was taking advantage in this area right here. But yeah, came back, hit that level again, could have sold it right here, and then came back and bought it again. Right now, I don't know. That's the only thing, I guess, which brings me to the next point is, and that's what I was figuring, is that we were going to go down more. I thought we were going to go down more over here, but I don't know. It looks, the next areas that I'm looking at are the next Fibonacci retracement levels at the 38% level and the 50% level. And it looks like we're about to hit those right now. Let me show you how I got those ones though. So basically we're watching a different trend right here, and the yellow lines are my positions and the orange lines are my limit orders, which it looks like I just hit my limit order on that one. All right, so let's go ahead and delete this one. Let's go into the 4 hour time frame this time. And we could actually delete all this stuff because we don't really need this. Well, basically the same thing. We had an uptrend over here, and this is on the 4 hour time frame. There's another uptrend too, which is going to be my next point, is that there's this uptrend right here. If we break this one, then we're going to be wanting to look at another one, because I started looking at this on the weekly and I was just kind of curious. But and the daily 9 moving average. But first things first is the Fibonacci retracement tool. All right, so the Fibonacci retracement tool from the bottom to the top, something like that, that gives me this 38% level where I have this orange line where I just hit my limit order. Let's see if we do the same thing. Boom, 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 something like that. I don't know. And then the next one sitting at, okay, so the 38% level is sitting at 0.18855, and the 50% level is 0.17598. And then this 61% level, which is totally possible because we just saw it in the last one, 0.16341. I don't have a limit order on that one, but might not be a bad idea. Just in case, because look at that nice little red candle we got. I don't know. We might have like, I don't know, maybe, you never know. So yeah, let's say if we get a bounce and go to this next line up here, I think the next thing that I'd be looking at is a downtrend over here. So we have this resistance and resistance. Let's go ahead and draw a downtrend. Whoops. We'll grab the trend line tool, and then we'll draw a downtrend until this breaks. Whoops. Until this price breaks this trend line, then we can assume that it's going to probably give us some resistance. But once we do break it, that's going to be a bullish signal, because we're watching for trends or change in the trends. One thing that I used to say a lot is the trend is your friend until the end. So you just keep an eye on the trend, and then once it's over, then you just change directions pretty much. And it could happen in different time frames, which brings me to my next point. Is if we go to the daily time frame, let's go ahead and actually delete, or let's hide some of these lines right here. Let's go ahead and take off all the horizontal lines real quick. And then I really wanted to focus on the 9 moving average. This is one of the other points of the video that I really wanted to hammer home, is that, oh, well, I guess we just broke it. Before we hadn't actually broke it yet, I don't think. Okay, we were just testing it when I was starting to look at this chart earlier. So it looks like we broke it. I'm curious if we're going to close this candle below it, or if we're going to pop right back up above it and stay above this 9 moving average, or are we going to continue to get momentum and push down? I think the next thing we have to look for is this 9 moving average. We have to break above this, because until we break back above it, then it could act as resistance and push us down. So we could do something like that or something. I don't know. Which also brings me to my next bearish point. I mean, not bearish, but I don't know. Like, you never know with these things. So if it breaks this trend line going to the downside, because I was looking at this on the weekly time frame, and I was like, where's the next 9 moving average for support? I mean, if it came down the 9 moving average, it could potentially get support right here on the weekly time frame, sitting at around 0.1462, but I'm not sure. Maybe it'll at that spot get support and or this trend line. Not sure. I was looking at the weekly time frame though. Let's go back to this, and I was wondering if I did the Fibonacci retracement on this one, then that would be some other different. The 50% on from this big trend right here would be 0.15290, and the 38% will be 0.1709. Just throwing it out there. I'm not really sure if it's actually. I bet we're gonna get support, honestly, on this 9 moving average right here and the trend line. We might get a correction. I don't know. Maybe this 38% level at 0.17093 would be pretty good. Let's go back to where I had it though, because I'm mainly looking at the daily time frame right now, and I don't know. We just broke that 9 moving average. Let's see how long we're going to stay above it or below it. But once we break back above this 9 moving average, then should be good, or that'll be a bullish signal as well. And if you're not familiar with the 9 moving average, I have a video about moving averages right here, and you could check that out. Let me know what you guys think of the video, and hit the thumbs up if you like it, and I'll see you in the next one.